This car shouldn't exist, and yet it does. Because nobody builds machines like this anymore. Nobody dares to mix old school curves with modern aggression, and then hide a monster under the hood. But this car did exactly that. At first glance, it feels elegant, almost calm. Smooth lines, rounded shoulders. The kind of design that makes people slow down without realizing why. But here's the part most people miss. It's not built to look fast. It's built to feel fast. And that changes everything. You think you know what it is. A stylish red coupe. Retro inspiration. Maybe just another weekend toy. That's what I thought too. Until I understood what's really happening underneath. Because the real story isn't the paint. It isn't the shape. It's what happens the second you press the start button. There's no dramatic theater. No unnecessary noise. Just a deep, controlled awakening. Like the car is stretching before a sprint. Calm, confident, almost patient. And that patience is dangerous. This isn't a car that screams for attention. It waits for you to challenge it. And when you do, it answers instantly. The steering feels tight, direct, not artificial, not over-assisted. It talks back. Every small movement of your hands translates into something real. And within seconds, you realize this isn't about speed alone. It's about control. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most modern sports cars rely on computers to make you feel like a hero. This one doesn't pretend. It rewards skill. It respects input. And it doesn't babysit you. That changes the relationship completely. Because you're not just driving it. You're working with it. And when you push harder, something surprising happens. It doesn't become chaotic. It becomes sharper. More focused. Like it was waiting for that moment all along. But let's talk about the part people argue about. The engine. On paper, numbers are impressive, but numbers never tell the full truth. What matters is how power arrives, and in this car it doesn't explode. It builds, smooth at first, then stronger. Then suddenly you realize you're moving much faster than you expected. And the sound? It's not artificial drama, it's mechanical honesty. You hear airflow, you hear combustion, you hear intention. That's rare now. Most cars filter everything. This one lets you feel it, and yet it's comfortable. That's the twist nobody talks about. You expect something this aggressive to be harsh, unforgiving, but it isn't. The ride has balance. It absorbs enough to stay livable. The seats hold you firmly without punishing you. The cabin feels focused, not cluttered. It's not trying to overwhelm you with screens or gimmicks. It's trying to keep you connected. And here's the surprising part. At normal speeds, it feels relaxed, almost civilized. You could drive it daily, commute in it, sit in traffic without feeling like you made a mistake. But then, an open road appears, and that's when you understand why this car exists. Throttle response sharpens, the chassis tightens up, the weight shifts with intention, and suddenly it feels smaller, lighter, more alive. You're not just moving forward, you're slicing through space. But here's something most reviews won't tell you. Owning a car like this isn't just about performance. It's about identity. People notice it, not because it's loud, not because it's flashy, but because it has presence. The proportions are different. The stance is purposeful. It doesn't blend in, and that changes how you feel behind the wheel. Confidence grows, not arrogance, confidence. Now let's address the big question. Is it perfect? No, and that's exactly why it's special. It has personality. It demands attention. It expects involvement. It won't drive itself. It won't flatter lazy inputs. And if you're looking for something effortless and silent, this isn't it. But if you want a machine that feels engineered for driving first, everything else second, then this becomes very hard to ignore. And here's the part that really surprised me. The longer you spend with it, the more it grows on you. Not because of acceleration numbers, not because of badges, but because it feels mechanical in a world that's becoming digital. It reminds you why you loved cars in the first place. There's weight to the doors, resistance in the steering, feedback in the pedals. Even the way it settles into a corner feels deliberate. Nothing feels fake. And in today's market, that's rare. Some cars impress you for 5 minutes. This one reveals itself slowly, layer by layer. First, the design pulls you in. Then the engine earns respect. Then the handling wins you over. And eventually, you stop thinking about specs altogether. You just drive. And that's the real magic. Because the best sports cars don't try to dominate the experience. They invite you into it. This car does exactly that. It doesn't shout that it's powerful. It proves it quietly. It doesn't brag about heritage. It expresses it through curves and balance. It doesn't overload you with technology. It focuses on the essentials: driver, machine, road. That's it. And maybe that's why it feels different. In a world chasing bigger screens, louder exhausts, and artificial drama, this car stays true to something simpler, something purer. It reminds you that performance isn't about chaos. It's about precision. It reminds you that speed isn't exciting without control. And most importantly, it reminds you that driving can still feel personal. So here's the final thought. You can buy faster cars. You can buy louder cars. You can buy more expensive cars. But finding one that feels this honest, that's rare. And once you experience that honesty, it's very hard to go back. Because this isn't just transportation. It's a conversation between you and a machine that refuses to be ordinary. And that conversation is the reason this car will always matter.